If Speaker Ryan wants the House to have a credible investigation, he needs to replace Chairman Nunes. Chairman Nunes seems to be more of a partisan for the president than an impartial actor. He has not been cooperating like someone who is interested in getting to the unvarnished truth.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer calling for House Intelligence Chair Devin Nunes to be replaced. This after Devin Nunes said he had made a secret visit to the White House last week to view intelligence files. Congressman Trey Gowdy responding, saying the focus should be on the surveillance of the Trump team, the alleged surveillance, and not just what Nunes did. Let's take a listen.
I wish Senator Schumer and some of the other Democrats would be more interested in the authenticity and the reliability of the underlying data and not the means by which it was acquired. Whether it's the White House or Waffle House, what difference does it make if the information is reliable and authentic?
Let's bring in Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, sir. What do you think of what Trey Gowdy just said? Because it's being said that Devin Nunes inadvertently politicized the issue when he met with this source in the executive office building near the White House.
Well, it's good to be with you, Liz. And first and foremost, Senator Chuck Schumer really doesn't have a lot of credibility himself, nor does the Democrats. When you think about the fact 4 Americans that died in Benghazi, and we know that from the president on down, the National Security Advisor Susan Rice, they all lied about it, to include the Secretary of State at the time, Hillary Clinton. No one said about an investigation to that. They continue to brush it off. But we have to be very honest. Chairman Nunes did commit an unforced error, and that he should have clued in the ranking member, Adam Schiff, representative from California, and maybe he should have taken him over there right at the beginning so that we could push aside all of this partisan back and forth. But the real issue we should be talking about right now when it comes to Russia is the fact that the president of Iran landed in Moscow on Monday, and he is having 2 days of talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin. That's where we really should be focusing our efforts instead of this partisan back and forth.
It's a good point. You know, the reality check here is that Devin Nunes is not a slouch. The Dems want to make it like he's going rogue, but he has a lot of intelligence sources, including from the intelligence guys who saved Americans in Benghazi to whistleblowers mad that Obama wanted glowing positive reports on the fight against ISIS, right?
No, you're absolutely right. And so they cannot attack his credibility. But as I said, I think Chairman Nunes does come to the realization that this was an unforced error, that he should have clued in Adam Schiff. He should have clued in the other members of the committee instead of going over there by himself and then going before the press and then going to the president all alone. So I think that that is where he has somewhat put himself in a very somewhat untenable position, putting himself on the defense and allowing the Democrats to go on offense against him. But again, when you think about the uranium deals of Hillary Clinton, when you think about, President Obama saying that I'll have more flexibility after my reelection, you never heard the Democrats say anything about that.
Devin Nunes sounded like he made news with Bill O'Reilly last night, saying officials were aware for some time that Trump officials were basically, their names were shown to the intelligence community. Let's listen. I'd like your reaction.
We've known about this long before. Trump actually sent his famous tweet out about the wiretapping at Trump Tower. We've known that there was additional unmasking of Americans' names. We had sources that had provided us that information. And so what I had to do is I needed a place that I could actually go and find this information and review it.
I think everybody would agree there should be investigation into alleged Russian meddling in the election. But shouldn't there be another investigation at House Intelligence into possibly Obama White House spying on Trump aides? That's an allegation there.
Well, I think the incredible issue is, who is out there unmasking individuals? Who is out there releasing the names of individuals, American citizens, private citizens, to media sources? There is an intelligence leak out there that everyone should be concerned. And if I'm reading correctly, that's at least a 5 to 6 year felony offense. That's what we need to start digging into. And so this is not so much a Republican or Democrat issue. It's an issue about security of classified information and the fact that we do not need to have American citizens being surveilled upon by shadowy government agencies.
Yeah, again, Nunes said it had nothing to do with Russia, that unmasking and that surveillance. Let's switch gears. President Trump calling for an investigation of the Clintons' ties to Russia and Clinton aides as well, saying, quote, why isn't the House Intelligence Committee looking into the Bill and Hillary deal that let big uranium go to Russia, basically Russian speech money going to Bill, the Hillary Russian reset, praise of Russia by Hillary, or Podesta Russian company? Trump-Russia story is a hoax, make America great again. President Trump referring to 2015 reports, Colonel, on Russia's nuclear energy agency buying shares in that Canadian uranium company. The financier did donate to the Clinton Foundation, and we also have the Podesta brothers. John and his brother have done work for Russian firms. Is this reason enough to take a closer look?
No, I think it is. If you want to talk about the collusion between, the Clinton Foundation and certain government, other government agencies, we're talking about $2.5 million that somehow got to the Clinton Foundation post that uranium deal, and we're talking about $500,000 that former President Clinton got in speaking engagements. Now, if you're going to call out one side, the side has to also call out the other as well, the other parties. So I think that Senator Chuck Schumer should, if he wants to show that he's not a partisan, he needs to look into that as well.
Let's get back to the Podestas. And again, this is according to WikiLeaks. Hillary Clinton campaign chair John Podesta. The allegation is he may have violated federal law when he did not fully disclose his membership on the board of an energy company that got millions from a Vladimir Putin-connected Russian government fund. And now we have reports that Democrat lobbyist, his brother Tony Podesta, made more than $500,000 representing a Chinese company convicted in March of sending illegal shipments of telecom equipment to Iran. So what do you think? Do you think Jeff Sessions should look more closely at the Podestas?
Well, I think you should. Of course, you're going to hear the crying about partisanship. But if you want to look at General Mike Flynn, if you want to look at Paul Manafort and challenge to some of their previous dealings, then you have to also look at John Podesta and his brother and what he has done, because they are seemingly peddling influence to Russia and China, all for their own personal financial gain. And I don't think we want to have that on either side in the United States of America.
Colonel Alan West, we love having you on. Come back soon.
Always a pleasure, Liz.
Sure. Well, bids for president.